Welcome, 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 everybody, to the Canva Keynote Lab. Hey, Tamra, how are you? And Huss says she's looking for
I'm
the mute button.
This one doesn't have my Stream Deck attached where I can just press
Uh-huh.
it.
And Hassan and Bobby, good to have you all here. So, um, I don't have a full agenda today, but I did find a few things that I wanted to share with you all, which are pretty cool updates in over in Canva on the Canva platform. You know, Keynote, we don't get a lot of updates from Keynote. Uh, Alex is convinced that the next big update is going to be when they add 3D graphical items in there. But so I wanted to show you a few things that I found. So I'm over here in my Canva. I'm going to just open a blank, any blank, not document, project here. But and this is new. So you all probably know, or you saw. Actually, let me go back. If you open up a document, and you probably know that if you do slash, that brings up this magic thing, the magic write, and you can do that there. It also allows you, though, to put in lots of other things: emoji, pie charts, text, design, whatever you want. But this now also works on any design that you're working on. So if I'm just in a design, I haven't clicked anywhere, I haven't done anything, and I hit the slash button, it's going to bring up that same thing. But from here, I can now add a star if I want to, or I can add a circle, all just with my keyboard, which is really, really nice, right? So I should change the color of these because it's hard to see. There we go. Do that, and we'll do this one, that. Okay, so now again, if I just hit slash, I can start typing whatever I want. So if I want to put a text box in, there's my text box. If I you can't be in the text box and do that. You can't actually do the magic stuff from here. So the magic writing that lives in Docs, and the creating images from text that's somewhere else also. But this is just to put things in easily. And so you've got these the shortcuts TRLC. I wonder though, see it, it's not doing it automatically. What I really wanted to do is, let's just see. Oh, okay. So this is interesting. You don't even need to do the slash. I see you, Tamara. Hold on one second. Right. So if I'm just on any design, in fact, since you mentioned, Hassan, you mentioned presentations. Let's actually, because there are actually some nice updates to presentations also. Let's do a presentation. So now here, if I want to start building this out, I can just type S and that'll give me a square. I can do, let's see what else I can do. S is in square. So what is S? S is a sticky note, sorry. So R for rectangle, which I gives you a square. C for, what is C? C for circle, T for text. So you can pop all these up without having to go over here to elements and then dragging them in. That's actually a really, really nice feature. Sorry, Tamara, go ahead.
That's okay because this is my very favorite feature ever. If you just press the slash and then you put anything in there, like telephone or television, it will actually give you all the list. It'll get you to that graphics where you can start picking
Mm.
graphics from that list.
Oh, look at that.
So it's even cooler
Yep.
than like you think it is. It's super cool.
You know, honest to God, I've never used this. This is really, really, really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok
Photos.
and it's like saved me so much time.
Boy, not having to mouse over and then type up here, that is a huge time saver. I wonder if there's, you can't import from here. I'd love to click, oh, maybe it's upload? No. I'd love to be able to do that for upload, right? So I do slash upload, and then it automatically gives me it brings up my Finder and lets me pull in the upload. This is just giving me images of upload. That would be really nice though. Find and replace text. Look at that. This is just like in word processors. It's kind of nice. Let me open, let's get let's bring a template in here that has some text in it. All right, so now I'm in this document. I'm going to do /find. Oh, look at that. You can't do it in documents. Find and replace. Now that's weird. Hold on a second. That doesn't make any sense at all. In a document, the one place that I would want to do find and replace, there's no find and replace. But over here on an Instagram post, there's find and replace text. That's bizarre. That is truly bizarre. Maybe do I have to have highlighted or something? No.
I just went down to the bottom where it said help, and of course I pressed help. And the magic commands came up, and it says the feature's only available on a computer. And then you can also produce for on a Mac, Command E, or a Windows Control E, and that will also bring up the magic.
Command E. Oh yeah, look at that.
So if you're not a / kind of a person,
I mean, I'm honestly but so look what's interesting. So when I'm in Docs, oh no, it did come up. Sorry.
but it just doesn't have all the same choices. Is that what you're saying?
Well, so over here in this Instagram post, which again, this is going to be a graphical. I mean, yes, of course, I'll have some text here, but you know, obviously there's text here, but I don't need find and replace here. I need find and replace on a document, and that's the one place you can't do it.
I still think they're building docs.
I know we were hard on Docs last week.
I think we're being hard on docs.
We were really tough.
I think they let that cat out of the bag before, because then people like us would just be horrible.
Yes, we were really rough on documents last week. Yeah, that's odd behavior to me that you would have it here. But okay, so let's go back here. So we've got line, circle, table, arrow, emoji, heart. So these, I guess, are just all the things that, I mean, you really could heart.
Now this box has grown recently because I have been doing the magic put pictures in for about a month or so, a couple months.
Yeah.
And it only had a few options. I don't think it had all these.
Wait a second. Look at
options.
What just happened?
I don't know.
So heart. Watch what happens here to the heart itself. Look at that.
Oh.
It's beating. Why is it beating? But then when I click on that, I just get the same old boring heart. That's not what I want. Heart.
Mine didn't beat.
So if you want to just put in a generic heart, I guess that's what you do there. But then if you want to search for hearts, you can do that here. You know, I was today years old when I learned this. That's a really nice feature, being able to search all those graphics like you were just doing. That is a really, really nice. I can imagine, you know, building out a presentation, right? So get rid of this. So I'm building out a presentation on cameras, right? Let's do this all from my keyboard. So, I didn't even need to do that. See? All right. T, text. My favorite cameras. I can make this, I can embiggen this. Put it up there. Now I can, camera. No, I'm going to go for pictures. I don't want camera. Huh. Well, that's strange. Let me just, so I was, all right, so I typed camera in. Now I'm trying to go down to photos. Now it worked. Sorry, last time it didn't work. Photos, so now I can put this in, and let's do another one. And I'll put this one in. So I've got these two photos here. Now I'm going to, let's do another scene, but let's duplicate this. And we're going to add a transition down here. Also transition button. Whoops. And we're going to do magic move, or match and move, sorry. That's what it talks about. And we'll say we're going to do this one here. I'm going to put this one here. And then we're going to add some text. So I type T. The text that it brings in is the last font and style that you had set. So this is a camera. I'll do another one. Oops, hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Text. This is another camera. All right, and let's animate this in. Have it wipe. I'll animate this one in. I'll have it wipe, and let's see what happens here. Oh, you know what? I did it backwards. We'll put this one first. And we'll do, that's what we want. Okay, so now let's present. Present. There you go. Pretty much all with the key. I had a little mouse movement to move things around, but pretty much all with the keyboard. I don't like this. This transition is much too fast. Let's bring it up to a minute. One of the things that I really wish we had more control over was the timing of these transitions, right? So if I go in now and I just present, present, I can't control which one comes in when, which is sort of frustrating to me. I really wish I could. By the way, here's another new feature. Remember how, let me get out of this. Remember how we've got all of these, if I go into presenter view, yeah, I know, but I don't want to go into full screen mode. So here's what my audience is seeing, and here's what I'm seeing. So on the audience side, they don't see any of these controls, including our little magic shortcuts here, which we talked about. But now, if you want to, let me get out of this. If you now present in full screen without presenter view on, you now have access to those right down here. Magic shortcuts. So it disappears obviously when you're presenting because you don't want that bottom bar. But if you ever do want to pull that up, you can use all the same. See where are the? There we go. Sorry, I was hitting all the keys trying to remember the right ones. But if you don't remember them, you can now access them from right here, which is kind of nice. I think they added a couple more, maybe not. So that's another new feature they just added, is just giving you access to that right down here. So you don't have to be in, what do they call it? Presenter view, which is nice. Okay. You know, Hassan, I'm thinking about the kind of presentations that you're doing. And so much of this stuff is just corny and goofy and silly, and you'd never want this within a mile of your presentations. I think that if I were doing something professional like that, I would almost always default to Keynote. what does your workflow usually look like?
So, David, in our office, they have PowerPoint mostly. Very few of them they have keynotes. But my presentation, I am an architect for bridges. So I design bridges in New York City, and most of them are old bridges like Brooklyn Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge, Manhattan, and Queensboro. So what you are doing, you are trying to restore the fabric of those landmarks. So my most of my presentation are either to the landmark commission to show them that we are not changing anything, to community boards to show them how their money is spent, and to city council to ask them or beg them for money.
Gotcha. So that's where something like, if I wanted to do, no, I don't want that. Sorry. I want a chart, right? A pie chart. Right. So if you want to bring in a pie chart, right, there you go. You just slash type in chart. Oh, I'm not showing this to you. Sorry. Slash type in chart, and then you get a bar chart there. And then you click on this and all of your data is over here. To me, yeah, see, again, I wouldn't do this here, because to me, if I'm going to do a chart, it's going to be grabbing data from Excel or Google Sheets or something like that. I'm not going to sit here and, because you can't import. Oh, no, you can. I'm sorry. Look at this. Right down there, Google Sheets. Wait, let's try it. I don't know that I actually have a Google Sheet this will work with. Let's give it a try. All right. So yes, I'll give you, yeah, sure. You can have all these permissions. What do I care? All right. So now it's going to open up Google Sheets. Look at this, all my Google Sheets. Let's do a budget. Yeah, let's do the budget page. Okay. I have no idea what's on here. Let's just do A1 through, I don't know, D4. Let's see. 100%. Okay, that didn't work. A1 through R100. Okay, this is really not very exciting. Let's try this one. Google Sheets. Really? I just did all this. There we go. All right, and let's try, what would be better? Let's try this one. And let's do A1 through, I don't know, S50. Yeah. I mean, I don't, this is not a good data example, but what do you get the idea?
I feel like I wouldn't. I'm not convinced yet to use Canva to present. I just feel like PowerPoint, which I started on in Keynote, just have more breadth. But
Oh, yeah.
I do use Canva to do graphic design for my PowerPoints, because I think that's the limiting factor of PowerPoint
Right.
and Keynote.
Right.
That this is so
Yes.
easy
In
to design it
right. In
and
Keynote,
pull
not being
pictures
able to
out.
create a graphic, I'm with you 100%. Yeah. I
Like, I
mean,
feel like that's Canva's strength, is that it was really building quick graphics with the idea of a stronger, more robust system, but an ease of use that is just like, I could do it on the fly. I can download a picture, pop it into something, and get it out like during a show. Like if things have gone awry, I can literally, I've created slides, I've done stuff. There's some things about presenting what we've played with early on, just presenting from the web, that I think is interesting. But
yes,
I
I
don't
agree.
find it any more robust than I find the Google one, and I don't find the Google slides to be very robust.
I used to live in Google Slides. I used to live in
I,
Google Slides.
I couldn't get off of PowerPoint for a very long time, because PowerPoint's like, that's what we all started on.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got all these basic shapes, and again, here, this is going to be edit chart data. Now, see here, you can't. But can you? I wonder, can you upload? I don't think you can actually. So maybe it's actually better. So this is sort of interesting, right? If I were to, let's do this. Let's create a Google Sheet. Okay, we're gonna say apples. are, we have 50 oranges, 20 bananas, 100, and kiwis, 10. All right, so this is, we're calling this fruit. All right, so now let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And let's put in a chart. Do a pie chart. And here are my items. We're going to do Google Sheets again. It's really kind of annoying that it asks me which account every time. Fruit. And I want A1 through B4. There you go. So what's nice about this, I wonder if I leave this blank. No, it won't just grab all of it. All right, A1, let's try this. A1 through B6. So now let me go back here and let's add, what's another fruit? Apples or bananas. I'm blanking on fruits. Help me out here.
Apricots.
Thank you. Sorry. Apricots.
Peaches.
We have peaches, 40 of those, and we'll do peaches. Okay, this isn't adding up to 100. Wait a second. This isn't going to make any sense. 35, 25, 50. Oh my God, I can't do math, guys. 5, hold on.
Will the pie chart do it automatically for you though?
50, I don't know. Okay, well, let me
Even if it's not
intentionally
100, it would just be probably a percentage, right?
Right. Okay, so here we go. So now if I just click, now I added that new data. If I just click update, it's going to automatically add it, which is nice. And yes, you're right. It's doing it. It's figuring it out for me. Thank goodness. So what I like about this, again, I said before I wouldn't do it in here because I want to have all my data coming from a spreadsheet. This can grab it right from a spreadsheet. Much like I often will create create a new document here. When I use Google Docs, very often I'll want to bring a table in here of data. And what I'll do is I'll just come over here. When you copy this and paste it in, it says, hey, do you want to link to the spreadsheet? Click paste. And then as soon as I update the spreadsheet, 15, then it's going to say to me when I hover over it, oh, hey, there's an update available, and it'll update that. I love not having to update across multiple different things. You have one source for your data, and then you're able to bring it in. And that we can do here, but we can't do it here, at least that I know about, unless someone correct me, but it looks like this is the only place to import wedges, arrange, chart, background shadow. I don't see, no, I don't see anywhere to import data.
Because it's not, when what Google is doing is it's creating a pivot table. So it's going back and it's just doing that automatically in a way that you don't have to be that technical to do it. So for in
No, but
order,
what I'm saying is Canva is able to grab Google's pivot table information,
oh,
but
okay.
Keynote can't. That's what it's not. But Keynote, what's interesting, it's not even.
But Keynote could from Sheets, I bet. Like from there, from
No,
Key,
it can't. From numbers, you mean?
from numbers, yeah. But
So
no
how?
one uses
I don't.
numbers.
But how? I don't see how.
I don't know because I don't use numbers. I
don't use numbers either.
Advanced in Excel, and I'm
Insert.
lazy enough to do
choose. No. Table chart. I don't see any way to connect things that are on here, but I'm sure there's gotta be, but I don't see a way to connect
I don't know.
what's on here to a data set outside of Keynote, that's a real drawback.
Is there, because I don't, they came on all my computers and I've only sort of used Keynote for some things, but because I started on, the Microsoft, I started on WordPerfect, but that's beside the point. I didn't really switch over to I didn't switch over to numbers. It just is another thing to learn. Whereas the Google Suite, like, encouraged me to learn them because they're connected to everything else that I do.
Yeah.
And the truth is the Microsoft Suite is also integrated into everything else. So you can do it with your Dropbox and with other things. Has the Mac Suite done that? Like, that's
iCloud.
why it
iCloud.
doesn't happen.
Well, because look, it's a closed system.
Right.
You can sync everything in iCloud.
Right.
So, and that comes in really handy when I'm doing presentations. What I'll often do is, let me pull this up. So what I'll often do with presentations is I'll use my iPad to advance. Do I have something open? Do I have Keynote open? Yeah, I do. Right. So then I get the play button and I can bring up that presentation and I'm at the end of the show. Oh, I only have one slide. Sorry. So you can't see anything here, but I mean, if I were to, excuse me, if I were to duplicate this and now hit play, why is it so, oh God, because I'm an idiot. Okay, there you go. Right, so now, and I can set this up however I want. I can see next and current, next and notes, right? All these different things, current and notes. I think that's what I usually do. Maybe I do. One thing you can't, oh no, next and notes is what I usually do. One thing you can't do on your iPad is really control it. But that iCloud sync is fantastic for a Keynote, if you want to use your iPad as, if you don't want to have to deal with this other window over here, if you don't have multiple suites or something, it's fantastic for that. But you're right, it's incredibly limiting in other ways. Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I can tell people who use it whenever I'm at any kind of presentation, any kind of conference or anything. I can tell immediately if it's designed in Keynote because it just does look better and it
absolutely
functions better as a presentation. But it's also just kind of limited.
It is. Now, let's just a quick reality check here. I mean, I'm back in Canva here. This is incredibly limited also, right? I can't change the font styling on this that I can see at all. Can I change the color? Let's see. So you can, it's interesting. You can change a color palette. And they do actually a pretty good job. I mean, the palette it's a nice palette, but you can't change individual colors. I think
you might be able to because it has the little box at the top.
Yeah.
So if you go to change colors, see the little plus at the very top. There's if you click on that should give you all the colors and all the lands.
Yeah, but that's just going to change the whole palette.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So they
give you basically a palette based on a color is what they give you. And again, they're pretty, they're nice. But you can't change this font. You can change it from percentage to numbers. You can get rid of the labels. You can't do anything else, which
that could be great though if you're someone who spends too much time doing the stupid stuff.
You're right.
So if you just want to get like something done and you don't want to get into that headspace, I don't want to get into that headspace that I live in, which is make everything perfect.
Right.
That would be great. I would use that immediately because that would just give me no options and I would pick the one that seemed the best and I could probably.
I love how it look at that. The animation is actually really nice here. Right, so here, but again, I have no control over when things happen, which it really it bugs me. Let's see. It's a nice animation. Let's swipe in. Let's take a look at that. Animate. What is that? Oh, look at that. I'm hitting top of my RAM. That's weird. Where is that? That isn't even a thing here. This animation. I think it's just kind of built in. It's not even an option. Let me try it one more time. Huh. I wonder if I can change that animation. Let me, I need to close a few things here. I got too much stuff going on and I'm using up all my RAM here. Get rid of that. Okay. Oh crap, I closed Canva. I'm such an idiot. Sorry. Oh, clean show.
It's all good. We're
Sorry,
patient.
guys. Sorry.
Not anymore.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here it is. Okay. I wonder if I animate, see. All right, so now let's see what happens. Am I still going to get that fun little thingy dingy? Huh. So there's another thing. You can't change the way these build in. Which again, it's a nice animation, so I don't mind it, but it's an interesting limitation. Okay. It's room for growth. Room for growth. It's okay. All right, that's kind of cool.
I got a question kind of based on trying to whatever Hassan may be doing. When you're presenting to city council or whoever else, looking for money, have they ever hit you up with, well, do you have the paperwork or do you have the spreadsheet or anything like that? Or, the more things while you're in a presentation? And have you done the thing where you hide, like, hey, they normally will hit me up for this and they want to see the spreadsheet, but on your presentation, you hide a little hotspot area that when you click on it, it'll open up the spreadsheet or open up a PDF for you automatically right out of whatever you do. I know this in PowerPoint, but can it be done, do you know, David, in Keynote? They have a where you can put in, I'm just putting in a regular shape, I guess, and then I hide the shape, but I know where to look for it. Or when I hover over top and I click, it will bring up the
David, you are on mute.
Zoom mute.
I knew that. I used to do that all the time in Google Slides, have hidden buttons in different places. In fact,
we did it so that, you, instead of having to do that whole alt tab or hold on everyone, let me go open up this. If you're already anticipating, because you may have a council member or some person, depends on who you're briefing. And then they say, oh, well, you have those numbers? Well, yes, I do. And then and you look like a genius because you were anticipating.
Right. You can, maybe not from that. Let me use this. With an object, so you can link text. Hello, text. Why is this not working? Maybe I have to turn my little cursor thing off. Oh, it is. It's creating them down here. I'm just an idiot. All right. So this is text. I'm not showing you this again. Sorry. So I can click on this and I can create a link from here. Where do I have to highlight it? Where's the link? Huh. Style, no. Text, arrange, no. Well, looky there. It doesn't look like you can. Which is...
What about an object?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it in an object either. So here's an object. Style, fill, border, shadow, text, arrange. Huh. Now in over here, I believe you can. Let me put just an object in here. We'll just put a circle. I thought, yeah, you can. So for this guy over in Canva, you just select it and then you've got the link button up here. I can do office hours .global. And now when I'm presenting this, now it won't work when I'm in preview mode, but if I click on this, it's going to bring me to office hours.global.
And then how do you return?
It all it does is it opens so because
Okay,
this is in
gotcha, a
Canva, so
tab.
it's
It's
just
got, yeah,
open
it's
a
going
new
to have a tab in there. Gotcha.
Right. I wonder though if
But you could put a link back to your Canva link, maybe,
where
from like if you're taking it to another place.
that you own.
Yeah,
Sure.
you own,
Sure.
you could put a little hidden link that takes you back, or you do it at the Stream Deck.
I wonder if there's a go to link now. You can't tell it where you want it to open. It's interesting because Canva is essentially playing in a tab. It would be nice, maybe, in certain circumstances, to have the link open in the same tab as opposed to opening a new tab. But here we are in Keynote, and there is no. Let's do basic geometry. So we're doing apples to apples, as it were. Here's my circle, and I want to, there's got to be a way. Come on, insert. Holy moly. You can't link out. See, if I were to type a link in here, I believe, yeah, so that becomes a live link. So now if I were in presentation mode now, get this out of the way. If I were to click on that, yeah, it opens it up. So why wouldn't I be able to do the same?
Highlight your picture, or click
Yeah.
on your picture and press Command K or Control K.
Link to.
That should give you, and that should be a way.
There it is.
Between a picture, you just
slide,
have to...
web page, email, phone number. Yeah, thank you. Why can't I find that anywhere up here? That is so frustrating.
You have to be old and know all the keystrokes.
Arrange. Like it should be somewhere, shouldn't it? For good. Oh, add link. It's right there. Yeah. It would be nice to have that over here. I'm just saying. Because this is the only place that I look when I'm working with images and things like that. All right. So, oh, and you can right click on it too. Boy, I worked really hard to do something really simple. That was embarrassing. So yes, I can now go to officehours.global. And now if I go into, and then you get this little guy here. That's how you know. And now we can present.
Can you hide it where they don't see it?
Can I hide it where they don't see it? Well,
we would hide. Right. Yeah,
so
because we didn't want to show them certain things.
Right.
A lot of times because it would lead, but if there was that person in the group that was asking, oh, okay, you wanted to go a little deeper, we knew to go to the top left corner, to the bottom left corner for whatever it was.
Well, yeah, so what I could do is I could create a circle.
I mean, we would just put, yeah, we'd
put it in the top right corner.
And we color it without a line. Right.
Right. Make it white.
Yeah.
Add a link.
but will it put that blue and keep it there? A little blue arrow.
Oh, let's see. Nope. No blue arrow. So now, but I
Okay.
have no
Oh,
idea
in
what-
presentation mode is no, or in actual presentation.
Right.
Okay.
And so when I'm down here, I'm just going to turn off the green
The
thing for a
regular
second,
arrow.
and then you go up here.
Yeah. That's how we would find it. We, our arrow would change to a
Yeah.
hand, and then you click
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat little trick. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I've used. I shouldn't say I've used. I used to use Prezi quite a bit. I have a couple things built on Prezi, and one of the cool things about Prezi is, are you all familiar with Prezi? I don't remember how I log into this. Is it Google or Facebook?
Friend of mine loved it.
Yeah, it's okay, this is not my account. Log out.
I loved watching them. I didn't like building them.
Really? Why do you say that?
I don't know. I felt like because I'm just from that square box world.
Right.
I loved watching them. I loved watching them, but I didn't find I could do them faster than I could do something
Right.
else. And when I was teaching, I just wanted to do things fast.
So this is these are some different things that I built here. So what is this? So I can, right, it zooms you in, and then you can go back out. And these are kind of like, you made me think of this because it's kind of like hidden links, except I mean, it's not clear that you click on these. The other nice thing with Prezi is that if you just do the right arrow, it'll walk you through, which is nice. And each of these, this is old. I haven't looked at this.
A technique I've heard of on to do the same thing kind of in PowerPoint was you have your slide, but then you'd make your graphic bigger than the actual slide, and then you would just zoom on that click to that part of it. You would still only have the size of the slide, but it would take, but you'd have it off bigger. So when you're looking at this, okay, here I am. But as you said, oh, I want to see something else, then it would just zoom. You would do the zoom to function. I played with it one time or one or two times, but that was kind of I think they use, how do you do Prezi type presentations on PowerPoint? I think is how I found it or something.
So how would you do? I don't think I followed that. So if I want to build something like this, so I've got.
We speak to PowerPoint here.
Oh,
you know
in
how
PowerPoint. Okay.
They give you zoom, you can kind of zoom out a little bit on your presentation, and then you
Right.
can make your picture bigger than the actual slide
Right.
itself. And then you could do zoom functions, and you would say zoom over in this corner, even though you couldn't see it in the normal presentation.
Right.
And it would just push up into the.
What you could do with, I think, let's see, animate. I'm going to add an action effect. I'm going to scale it, but I'm going to scale it huge. So now, did that work? Yeah. So now if I present this, oh, but I have to put it in front of all the other things. I have to bring to front. So this can get complicated because you would need each thing to be in front at a different time. It would probably be easier to do this on multiple slides, is to duplicate the slide.
The way I saw it was like a picture of the United States or a map of the United States, and it was really big. And oh, we are here. And then what you would do is you click, it would like zoom out in one
Yep.
form and then zoom up. And it was actually off of the screen in the normal presentation. And, that was too big.
Right.
But you would zoom it down to it, and then I got like it was reframing the slide or something.
So let's view. How do I make this smaller? I need to. Where's my format document? There's got to be a way to zoom out. I need to zoom out here. How do I zoom out? View. Oh, zoom.
I saw the word zoom just while ago. There, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's right up here too. Apologies.
Okay.
All right. So I've got this big map here.
Right.
And I'm going to change the color just so it's a little easier for us to see. So now what you're saying is maybe even bigger. Let's,
Right.
so that we end up like with just the white on screen or something like that.
Yeah. Some area. So in one country, and we're going to travel from here to there.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So now we're going to add an action. Animate action. We're going to scale, but I want us to scale. It's almost impossible to work with it though at this. I mean, let's scale it down. Right. So we could do it like this. And then we'll add another action and we'll move and we'll go over this way. All right, let's see what happens. So here's our map. Let's go over to America. And then we can go over to Europe. Yeah, you could do this. Yeah. It's a little unwieldy with this huge map. I think what I might do in a case like this is actually, let me think. I might duplicate the scene.
I think that's what I would do.
Yeah. Add an effect, do the magic move thing, and then find the new location here. I think is probably how I would do it. Let me do a couple of these. Duplicate. And again, we're going to do magic move. And then down here, I would go, let's go down to South America. And I can even that.
Now, if you did that with a hidden thing or a little arrow, like, oh, we want to go this way, that way you could go, it wouldn't have to go in animation slide format, right? Oh, I want to go.
What just happened? Well, that's interesting. Look at that. It didn't, or maybe it did work. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. That definitely didn't work. Why? Oh, I know why it didn't work. Because I have these things here. I forgot to get rid of these. Now it should. Now let's see. What you're describing, I think that if I'm trying to think the use case for that. Yeah. I think it's probably easier to do the different slides. And then if I want to, so if I want to make it such that, see, I would almost do this the other way. Wait a second. I would almost do this like this, put the whole thing on here. Let me delete everything else I've done so far. So now I've got this map here. And now I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to say, and we're going to zoom into, well, let's actually add something. Hold on a second. Pin. I'm going to add a pin, and we're going to make this pin red.
I think what they were trying to do before was the action of like, I'm going to zoom out and zoom in
Right.
to an area, I guess like Prezi does or something like that. In order
Right.
to do that, I think you have to keep that, you have to work off of a single slide, maybe. And that may be the case instead of, okay, we're just going to transition to a new slide or something like.
Right. And when we build this out, I'm going to have it disappear. And then we duplicate this. And so now I can get rid of this because I don't need it. And now I'm going to scale this up. Actually, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. Let's keep it there. Let me turn this off. I don't want it to disappear. And now, come on. I guess you have to group them maybe. And then this should be magic move. So, wait, what happened? What are you doing? Hello. Wait, what the heck? What is going on here? Multiple actions. Why do I have multiple actions on this? I don't want any of these. Go away, go away, go away. All right, let's try this again. Apologies for that. All right, so where do I live? I live right here in Florida. Let's go visit Florida. Oh, what? What? I ruined it. I ruined it. Let's try it again. No, delete, delete. I want to duplicate this. And now I'm going to group these. Make it super big. And now I want to make sure this is on Magic Move. Yes. All right, let's try so one more time. I live here in Florida. Why is that not working? Oh, I know why. I know why. Duplicate. Now, I need to make sure that I get rid of that. So there are no actions anywhere on any of this stuff. No actions anywhere on any of this stuff. Now, and I don't think that I can actually group them either. So let me just do it kind of like this. And then I'll grab the pin, and I'll put it right back there. Now that should work. Please God, that should work. Pin, there we go. I don't know why that took me so long. So you're saying zoom out and then
Yeah,
in.
like a bounce zoom. Like, oh, we're flying up, we see the Earth, and we come back down.
Oh, you know what that's like? Okay. That's like in Google Earth. That's exactly what Google Earth does. Right? So if I say I want to go to Italy,
yeah,
it's going to fly me up and then fly me over. And then, so for that, if that's what you want to do, honestly, I think I would use Google Earth.
right. But this is under, different things that even graphics, they had things where it was flags or things that if you had a whole large graphic, oh, well, there's this flag, or then this, and even the background would rotate or something like that. You can make that picture rotate. You know how, I guess in Prezi, it's just that beautiful graphics and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Now, the downside to Prezi, of course, is that it's not necessarily linear. Whereas in Keynote and PowerPoint and all those, it's, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. The whole point of Prezi is that you're able to kind of, so I actually did for a kids thing, I wanted to do a hunt. I wanted them to oops, I didn't mean to edit it. I wanted them to go on a search for something. So I wanted it to not be linear. And so, I wanted them to be able to find something. So I basically built 3 rooms, if you will. When they click in, they have to find what's called the afikomen, and then, oh, there's one. And then, except it's wrong. It's just the wrong thing. But you get the idea.
Right. So you could do probably the same thing again on that nonlinear.
Yes.
What you did instead, hide your objects. So if you were to click an arrow or something like that, then okay, well, which way do you want to go? Oh, we want to go towards the west. We want to go towards the north. And then you would just click on it and it would just that zoom out and then zoom in there. So each object would be that. And until you press the space bar, I guess, and then it would move you to the next slide.
And then it becomes linear. Exactly right. Yeah, and one of the things I like about Prezi is that this whole thing started with you asking about sort of hidden links, is that when you look at this, you can't tell that it's clickable. And I kind of like that. I like that, I can just click anywhere and, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was going to happen. Or, I can move all around, and there's an element of surprise that I really love about the way Prezi implements this stuff.
Right, because kids are into exploring.
Right.
Well, what does this do here? Oh, click
right.
here,
exactly.
click there. And that's what you want them to do.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I don't know what we accomplished today, but I had fun trying to accomplish it. Let me stop our recording.